So can you tell me who gave the orders to come try to take this stuff? Really? Because I see stuff left in front of these businesses all the time, and you guys never touch it.
Well, we take it all of it.
Really? So taking stuff from the homeless? Huh? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Obviously, you haven't been to any of the businesses. What part of town do you live in? Foothills? Vale? Sahuarita? Do you live inside the city or outside of the city? Do you live inside the city or outside of the city? It does matter. Yes, it does, because if you we already know that that over 85% of your department lives outside of the city limits. That means you guys go out of your way to criminalize people and to treat them bad. We know that Captain Webb is giving orders because he's trying to help the businesses, not actually do the job. And if they do, who do I call?
They don't leave things in front of their business. Give me one example of what's left in front of the business, leave their belongings in front of their business.
Chairs, papers,
They don't leave papers.
flyers.
They don't leave flyers up in front of their businesses.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Ever been 4th Avenue? You see it all the time.
We don't leave things up front.
What about Maloney and that big old wall that they've created on the side of their business? That goes up to 5 feet past the sidewalk. But you guys never talk to them? Yeah.
What about Maloney?
Well, there you go.
You're talking about the fenced-in portion they have down there?
Yeah.
They got a permit for that.
For this side?
From which side?
For this side of it.
They have a permit for the fencing that they put up.
And they've showed you that permit?
They got it from the city.
But did you guys question them on it?
I don't need to question them on it.
Why? Because they're a business? And
They got a permit from the city.
so the...
It's a special event permit, same kind of permit that 4th Avenue Merchants Association gets for their street fair. Special event permit. That's why they have the fence there blocking off the street.
And what about all the guys that try to perform on 4th Avenue that you guys do nothing but harass and run off when they're just trying to play music and earn a buck? Officer Allen does it all the time.
I let people perform all they want as long as they're not sitting on the sidewalk.
What about Officer Allen? Have you looked into her?
I don't look into other officers.
Well, you know what? You know how you know the difference between a good cop and a bad cop? No good cop actually exists because you never see a cop arresting a bad cop. Just like what you guys do with this black line.
What are you looking for right now? Maybe some murders? Should we look for
How about looking for Isabel Sellis? How about looking for Isabel Sellis?
How about that?
How about Isabel Sellis?
Should we be looking for...
How about Isabel Sellis? How about Isabel Sellis? How about looking for Isabel Sellis?
We have.
Oh yeah, and how's that going? Because for over the past few years, I've seen you do nothing but harass homeless people when you could be putting more resources towards that.
Really?
Why don't you look into Rio Nuevo? See where all that tax money disappeared to.
You have a lot of things for us to look into, but you're not taking care of your own business, are you?
I am taking care of my own business.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you just keep throwing things out that just miss around.
I'm not. You asked me what I feel you guys should be looking into. I said, how about finding Isabel Celis.
We've looked
That was my feedback. Oh yeah, and what did you find out?
I'm not involved in that investigation.
So how did you get a we out of that if you're not involved in the investigation?
The department is looking for Isabel.
It seems to me that you do a lot of things without actually double checking before you do it.
So you're saying we're not looking for it? Is that what you're saying?
I would say that that's probably a really close bet than where you guys say you're actually trying to find her, because it's been how many years?
It's been a while.
And what about all those other children missing from Tucson?
You have a preoccupation with children, don't you?
I think you do. So where's that supervisor that I asked for?
I'll be here.
So are you guys part of a task force? No? Then what's up with the camera and all the vehicles and all the manpower? Do you really need that much manpower to steal blankets from the homeless?
We don't steal blankets.
Then what do you call this?
It goes in as safekeeping.
I already told you that I'm watching it for the people. So how is that not their stuff not staying safe?
Like it says, there's property that's not set apart.
And I'm watching it.
It doesn't belong to anybody.
I've already told you that I'm watching it for the people. They don't have money to take the bus across town to do that. What, walk 7 miles that way and then to Ohio Street? No, it's not. That's past Ajo. That's past Irvington. That's Irvington's over 5 miles. I could walk to Primavera Men's Shelter faster than I could get there.
Well, yeah, because we're important.
So you still didn't say who gave the order for you guys to come do this? Really? Nothing?
I answered your question earlier.
Not that one.
I did.
Who gave you the order?
Go back and rewind the video and you'll find your answer.
Who gave you the order? And what's your supervisor's name?
Sergeant Dogger. We'll be here in just a minute.
Really, a officer protection call, and you guys are just standing here, continuing to take blankets from the homeless? sun's starting to set, make sure you're not in the bar so they can't get you for a curfew. So who does that van belong to? Really? So whose business is it? Well, it's obviously being driven by my government, but it has no government markings on it. And because you guys are part of my government, I do have the right to know. And if you like, I can and go ahead and put a public information request in for it. So without a public information order, you guys aren't going to provide me with any information on who that van belongs to that you guys are driving? Really? And what's your badge number? And your name? First name? Who's your sergeant?
He told you already. You can rewind your case.
And what's the TPD policy on providing information to the public?
I don't have to provide you. I don't even have to speak to you.
Really? And what do you guys have to say to that? Really? And your badge number?
51967.
And your full name?
My last name is Tucson.
And your sergeant?
I already told you my sergeant.
And what's the city code say about accumulating property? Really? No answer? I already told him that I'm watching that for Tony Perez.
Okay, let's pick up the stuff that we
And that's already was claimed by the owner. As I've told you, that belongs to Tony Perez, and I have permission to watch it for her, which is, I have permission from Captain Webb and Lieutenant Hawk to do that.
Okay, no you don't.
I also have permission from Sergeant Stack.
Anybody else down there claim any of this stuff?
Yes, the person did already, and they gave him permission to leave.
Sir, is any of it yours? Okay. There's a guy in one of them. In one of them? Yeah. Okay, tell him to point out which property belongs to him. You don't know?
I do. I told you I'm watching it for them.
We're not doing that. They want to complain and get it done on that.
And who's your superior?
Whatever belongs to you guys, kind of this was, we don't actually grab it in your guys' stuff. Do me a favor like that. Thank you.
And who's your guys' superior?
Yeah, if it doesn't belong to anybody, we'll take it. Okay.
Who's your superior?
Cat Webb's my superior.
Directly?
Yep.
And he didn't tell you about giving us permission to watch each other's stuff?
I just spoke off the lieutenant who talked to the captain and he said,
Which lieutenant?
Be Lieutenant McNitt.
Really, Lieutenant McNitt, from where I was aware of, was taken off this assignment several months ago and replaced by Lieutenant Hawk.
Lieutenant Hawk is no longer here.
Why not?
Can't tell you that. You guys get all your stuff?
So I should put it in a Freedom of Information Act? Hello.
Yeah, you want
TPD, I told TPD that I was watching this stuff for my friends Tony Perez, Harlem, and Becca, and that it's not abandoned property, that I have permission from TPD brass to go, including Captain Webb, Lieutenant Hawk, to watch people's stuff, and they told us to watch out for each other's stuff so it wouldn't be claimed as abandoned property. They told us several months ago Lieutenant McNitt was taken off was removed from the assignment because he was involved with mistreating the homeless and violating constitutional stuff. They just notified me that Lieutenant McNitt is back on the case, that Lieutenant Hawk is no longer with TPD and won't say why. And so they're claiming this stuff as abandoned property and taking it for safekeeping over at Tucson Police property and evidence, even though I've told them who the owners are and told them that I'm watching the stuff. And this is theft of private property. Anthony Potter. Yes, that cooler belongs to Occupy Public Land. Yes, I've claimed it. I've told you that. Yeah. Do I have permission to pass the black line? And as you just saw, they wanted to take our water jug, which they've already taken once before. And this is the city's been having lots of meetings over how to do stuff, and we're starting to believe that they don't invite us to the meetings, and we do believe that the city is doing a strategy to make it as hard on us as possible, and to do everything they can within the laws in order to get us out of this park and to go around our constitutional rights. I've been assaulted by a member of Tucson Fire Department, as well as I've been assaulted by one of the sergeants with TPD, and this included him shoving me twice to try to get me to shove me across the black line in order to arrest me for breaking curfew and trying to knock my camera out of my hand.
How old are you?
32. And I co-founded this project as a 24-hour encampment for the decriminalization of homelessness, providing Safe Park. Venta Augusto Park. I also have video in which TCD handcuffed a man behind his back that was here, tied his legs together, and yanked them out of the patrol car, causing him to land flat on his face.
You'll be taking your school over to the park?
They took Tony Perez's stuff and friends of ours named Harlem and Becca.
And where are they right now?
Harlem came by and claimed the property as his and gave it to TPD. Came and claimed his stuff and told TPD that it's his stuff. He did ask me to watch it, and they told him that's fine and told him he could go ahead and go. Then once he left, they gave orders to take his stuff, saying that it was abandoned. And the other stuff belonged to Tony Perez, who's SMI, and part of the reason why we work with her is and try to give her conditions that better conditions than other people is because she's SMI and because she has issues with mental issues with stuff, that we help watch her stuff, because otherwise in her mental state she's not going to have anything on a regular basis. She's approximately 30 to 40.
Yeah.
We're making a movie actually about, I don't know, I think someone.
Tony, they just took your stuff. Yeah. Because they said it was abandoned, but I told them that it belonged to you and that I had permission by you to watch it, and they said that there's been a change in policy that we're not allowed to watch each other's stuff, so if the person hasn't claimed it, they're taking it. Harlem came in, claimed his and Becca's stuff, and they took his anyway.
Did they?
Yeah.
So we got no blankets, really?
Yeah.
I better go back to sleep then and get some blankets. We just happened to be driving by. We're my partner and I were making a movie about homeless A movie?
A movie or a documentary?
Okay, I'm going back.
Huh? I don't got anything. Shoot, I'm trying to keep what we got, and it's like, last year, right before it got cold, I was able to raise over $38,000 in blanket donations, and TPD now has them all in evidence and property.
About homeless, most of the homeless girls. But this is an important moment because it shows how cops harass homeless people. Would you be okay with us seeing this footage in our documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Nancy.
All right.
And this is Russell.
Nice to meet you. What's the documentary called?
It's going to be called American Girl. All kinds of So all you gotta do is just write your name there.